the 100 kg bench, the fabled milestone that every gym bro wants to hit. And once you hit it like I did in June 2023, it's a core memory and it's easier than you think. And with gym inflation going on in the Big 26, there's never been more pressure to finally unlock this milestone. First of all, what you need to do is set yourself on this path. If you want the 100 kg bench, you can't have any other possibility, any other choice but to pursue it. And it needs to be your minimum standard to bench 2 plates. Because what you achieve is not your highest goals, but your minimum standards. There's something called specificity, which is how well your body and your nervous system are adapted to a certain exercise. And bench press very much benefits from frequency, doing it more often. And not crazy, you're not doing it every single day or twice a day or something like that, because then you're just getting yourself way too tired, way too fatigued. Your muscles and nervous system won't be able to recover. But the sweet spot of doing it often enough so that your body understands how to generate the force that is necessary to get stronger is around 3 to 4 times a week. Now, if you're serious about this goal, when it comes to achieving the 100 kg bench, you need to be training consistently. You need to be training at least 4 times a week. 5 times, 6 times is excellent. Push-pull legs, the normal splits that you have are great. And what can help to get this extra frequency in is leg day bench. And when I say this, it doesn't mean that you skip all of your leg stuff just to bench, because I know that is tempting. But if you have bench press in the middle of leg day, so you do your squats, you might do some leg extensions, then you can throw in bench press in the middle. In fact, it can give you quite a nice break from legs, which means you can push harder when you come back to your leg exercises, your Romanian deadlifts, your Bulgarian split squats, your calf raises, your hamstring curls, all of those things. You can come back to that, but you have bench press in the middle. Now, of course, this will make your workouts longer, but if you're serious about this goal, you want to give yourself enough frequency to be benching 3 times, 4 times a week. When it comes to how you program that, so how hard you go in that, don't make the mistake that everyone does, which is trying to go for a new PR, a new 1 rep max every single session. I know it's tempting. I know you're hungry for that 100 kg. You want to go for 80, you want to go for 85, you want to go for 90. You want to keep getting maxes until 100 kg is achieved. But you have to discipline yourself a bit. The best way to get to the 100 kg bench, the best way to get to heavier weights is to do moderate ones frequently. So if your max right now is 80 kg, you want to do 50, 60 kg regularly. You want to get reps in. You can do paused reps, which are really, really good to give you exactly the kind of movement pattern, that consistency from the bottom. You want to lock in when it comes to your technique, and this frequency helps you to practice that technique over and over again. Even filming yourself, which I know a lot of people might feel nervous or concerned about doing in the gym, especially if you feel like you have to do it all official, like you need to have a camera, you need to have a tripod. You don't need any of that. Literally, set a water bottle down on the floor, point the phone camera a little bit towards yourself, and just watch it back. Like, you don't need to impress anyone, you don't need to post content from it. You can if you want, it can be something that you can document, but just look at your own form, analyze the technique, see powerlifters, see people online who have really good bench form that you want to learn from, and take that on yourself. There might be some different variations in terms of your own technique. So maybe you can't make as big of an arch as some people, and maybe you don't want an arch as big as some people, so you keep a little one. Maybe you have weird feet like me, flat feet, so you might have a bit more of an outward position with your feet when it comes to leg drive. Maybe you have them closer to you, further from you. Find these little adjustments for your body, for your specific technique, your grip width, in terms of accessories. And what does accessory mean? It means exercises to add on that will help you get stronger. So powerlifters have the squat, bench and deadlift. Street lifters, they have the weighted dips, the weighted pull-ups, squat and weighted muscle-ups. you have Olympic weightlifters. The way that it works is you'll have these main lifts, and you always start with the main lifts so that you can give them the most intention and the most effort. On the leg day, like you can start with squats and then you can have bench in the middle, that's okay. But on the main days, like the main push days, the main chest days, you want to start with bench every single time, if that is your main goal. But we can have exercises that aren't the bench press that still get you stronger at it. So you'll know some of these, of course. Incline dumbbell press is very, very good, for sure. And something that a lot of people don't mention, for the bottom of the bench press, so when the bar is at your chest, and the top, when your arms are straight and locked out, the exercise, the accessory that helps you massively is the paused dip. Paused bodyweight dips are great. If you're strong enough, add weight as well. Weighted dips give you amazing carryover to bench press, especially at the bottom and especially at the top. The middle, not as much, but they still definitely help. And the bigger a muscle is, the stronger the muscle is, always. And weighted dips are a very, very good way to gain muscle and size when it comes to the chest, the shoulders, and the triceps. The exact muscles you need to be able to get stronger at the bench press. To have the most consistency when it comes to bench pressing. You see all of the powerlifters, they always pause their benches. The reason they do that is because it really teaches them to generate force consistently. And of course they need to for competition, that's the rules. But their bench press is much more consistent because you can't just rely on momentum. You have to press with all of your strength from the bottom. So if you do paused bench press and paused dips both in the same session, especially on the push day, right? That will give you amazing progress when it comes to getting that 100 kg bench once and for all. Now, something that we have to speak about is body weight and how much you weigh. So of course, the heavier you are, the more mass you have to be able to move the 100 kg, to move 2 plates. Mass moves mass, that is the case. If you have more fat there, the leverages get more favourable, which means that it's just a bit easier for your body to move that, because the size of your arms, the size of your chest means that there's a little bit less room and a bit more of a cushion for the bar to move in. Having more body weight will always make the bench press easier, at least to a point. Like don't be obese, don't do a crazy dirty bulk. I'm never a fan of big bulks or big cuts even, because big bulks mean that you gain way too much fat. Big cuts mean that you tank your strength and recovery. So to pursue this 100 kg bench, don't throw everything out the window, okay? Be in a slight to moderate surplus. Now, if you've never done a bulk before, this is the time. This is the time to do a moderate kind of bulk. Nothing too crazy, maybe a few 100 calories more every day. So that's another little snack, another couple tablespoons of oil, another little extra bit on the plate. Nothing that you have to overthink too much. Just keep that going. If you've already bulked up in the past and done a serious committed bulk where you've been gaining weight for over 6 months, that's it. Don't bulk again. Not properly, at least. Not like a big bulk. Just stay in a very small surplus. Like 100 calories a day is perfectly fine. So either, if you've never bulked, be in a moderate surplus, eat a few 100 calories more than you would already, or if you've already done a bulk, don't do another one just to chase the 100 kg bench. Just eat in a slight surplus. You'll gain more muscle and size, and that will increase your body weight, which will help you when it comes to the bench press. Now, typically, you want to be at least around 70 kg to be able to achieve that. If you're under 70 kg, it's going to take you a lot longer to achieve it. Still very possible, but the heavier you are, the easier it tends to be. And the first time that I got the 100 kg bench was when I weighed 74 kg. Now I weigh around 86 kg, and it's way easier because the extra body weight always helps. And last but not least, what is very important for you to achieve the 100 kg bench is to think about it, visualize it. So you can look at powerlifters, you can look at people like Larry Wheels. You can watch how they bench press. You can take notes of that. You can imagine how that might look for you as well. And that can be really good for the inspiration. When you take that inspiration, when you keep thinking about it, you keep playing it in your mind, that becomes something that you're a lot more accustomed to. You're not as scared of it anymore because it's very easy to pedestalize the 100 kg bench. What will happen is eventually you will be strong enough to do it. But if you put so much of an emphasis on that 100 kg bench, you'll be stressing about it, and one who fears strength shall not attain it. So what you want to do is have no fear when it comes to it. You want confidence. You want it to be something that your brain has played through many times before, and it can actually help your muscles and your nervous system to produce that force because you visualize that. It's a very powerful tool for whatever PR you're going for, whatever strength goals you have. Super powerful. Keep it as a consistent practice that you can do every day, like even for a few seconds, right? It doesn't take that long to imagine yourself bench pressing 100 kg. Keep thinking about it. Keep having the approach that you're gonna get it. Don't have any fear about it. Again, we're not trying to push and rush for this. We're not trying to go for it straight away. We're building up towards it, but you also don't want it to be something you're afraid of, something you're really putting on a pedestal. You want it to be just cause and effect. Like naturally, it's gonna happen. It's inevitable that you're gonna get that strength. So, you set yourself the goal, the minimum standard to achieve the 100 kg bench. You have the frequency. You might have some leg day benches. You're training 3 to 4 times a week at the bench press. You're making sure to lock in when it comes to your technique. You're doing the accessories like the pause dips. If you can't do bodyweight dips yet, you're working towards them. You're really chasing after that. You're in a small or moderate surplus depending on whether you've bulked or not before, getting that body weight up, gaining more size, gaining more muscle. You visualize, you think about this consistently on a daily basis. Combine those and there is no way that you won't achieve the 100 kg bench. It is easier than you think. Focus on these points and you are guaranteed to get the 100 kg bench this year. And if you want to never ever fail it again, just as I have, since I got it for the first time in June 2023, I have never failed the 100 kg bench. Even in periods when I weighed less, even in periods when I stopped training bench press at all, I was still able to do it. If you want to learn the 100 kg bench, learn the muscle up, have support along every single step of the way, build an incredible physique alongside that, then check out the link below, book a call, and let's get you stronger than you ever thought possible. And as always, remember bro, keep improving.